talking about female bodybuilders and whether or not that's the example of fitness for women in the 90s. And joining us now are some people who don't necessarily agree. Please welcome fitness champion Deborah Toole and sports journalist Carol Ann Weber. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, Deborah, what do you think about this?
Women's bodybuilding?
Yeah, women who are bodybuilding.
Well, actually, I have won a couple natural bodybuilding competitions. I think these girls are a little excessive, and I think they're kind of masking the reality of what really is going on.
What is really going on?
Well, I hate to point fingers and say things like that, but a lot of these girls have, bodybuilding is not, number one, it's like taboo. But being that I'm not a competitor and I don't care what the judges say as far as bodybuilding goes, I don't have to succumb to that. But it is not a healthy sport.
What's so unhealthy about the sport?
The rituals that they have to go to prepare for competition, as far as dieting, carb loading, depleting, sodium loading, dehydrating.
Don't any male athlete who's getting ready for like the Olympics or any other sport do the same thing?
Can I say something?
Not in every sport, no it isn't.
And anytime an athlete takes, anytime you're a professional athlete or you're taking your body to the extreme, that some people can say is not healthy, but that's what separates you from an average athlete. Being that, like,
and you have to be smart about it.
Right.
Well, they say growth implants aren't healthy either, and I'm sure you go to your real breasts, right?
Well, like you're the one that says pregnant, but you know, I mean, we're not here to attack you personally. I'm not here to attack you
overall package, so I'm not attacking you personally. I'm talking about health in general.
Bodybuilding in general is not healthy.
Wait a minute, wait.
Okay, let's take, I don't mean to point, no, because you go from one obsessive behavior to the other. You had an eating disorder, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you took your obsessiveness about being thin and you grew. I'm sorry, you cannot put that kind of degree of muscularity on in 3 years' time without some kind of synthetic
Can I tell you something, Montel? I used to teach aerobics. I never, ever touched a weight. I was teaching aerobics, and people were saying I was on steroids before I ever even started lifting weights.
Potential for bodybuilding.
I mean, that's so unfair to say. And you know, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of eating disorders, anorexics, in the Miss Fitness things as well. So don't start, you know.
Every person in this audience has a level of estrogen and testosterone. Okay, estrogen predetermines your water retention, your softness of your skin, predisposition of body fat. Testosterone is constantly battling with your estrogen because it, number one, enhances muscularity. Testosterone also, you take on your testosterone levels escalate over your estrogen, you start taking on secondary male characteristics, which a man's characteristics is their muscularity, correct?
I'm not really
their facial hair, their deepness of their voices.
You have a different, some women has more estrogen than progesterone. We talk about progesterone,
well, everybody
not
has,
about
even men. Some men have high levels of estrogen, but when a woman starts altering their estrogen and testosterone levels, it's very unhealthy. It turns them into things that...
This is the beauty of this whole sport, is that we have the capacity, just our genetic potential is such that we can maximize our genetic potential. We all have a capacity to be muscular naturally, and we're not fighting it anymore. We're not going to be
I was 150 pounds in the 6th grade. They used to call me Baby Huey. I was miserable until I started bodybuilding.
Okay, can I ask you guys a personal question?
God gave you the genetics.
God gave you that. Why are you succumbing to the fact that you are going under? Let me ask you a personal question.
God gave you the genetics to be a thin, you know, beautiful, blonde person.
No, I wasn't thin and beautiful
and you took it to the limit. So if we have the genetic potential to take it to the limit, you know, let us do it.
You're just conforming with society's view of women. Women are supposed to be what's in vogue, and that's what creates all the eating disorders in women.
Why am I threatened by it? No, I feel sorry for you guys. You actually have to inject.
Wait, but Deborah, why would you say you feel sorry for a person who's seeking to do something that they choose to do?
Okay, I feel sorry for them that they have to compete in a sport where they have to get the biggest, most muscular person out there, and they have to inject some kind of hormone, whether it be testosterone or something, to win a trophy. I think it's
I don't even compete anymore.
Well, all you guys are getting on the offensive because I'm giving you my opinion.
Well, first of all, I think it's really important to distinguish between bodybuilding as a lifestyle
and something you do to reinvent your own body the way you want, and competitive bodybuilding. The same way, it's important to distinguish between being a professional baseball player and playing baseball to stay in shape, because anytime you get into competition and then take it further, professional competition, you are going to go to extreme lengths. I mean, anybody who knows people who were on wrestling teams, anybody who knows what happens to a pitcher's arm.
Professional football players, professional baseball players, basketball players, all of them.
Professionally, it goes beyond making you healthy. It's probably not going to make you healthy. It's going to put you at risk.
Let's hold that thought.
Bodybuilding is a lifestyle.
Okay, wait, you got to hold on. I got to take a break. We'll come right back to that, but that's the issue. We'll be right back right after that. And you had a question, yes, ma'am.
Yes, I do. I have two questions.
Sure.
The first one has to do with whether it's a myth or it's the truth that once you start building up your muscles and doing the bodybuilding like this, is it something that you have to continue throughout the year, you know, throughout your life, that, you know, it doesn't turn to flab?
All right, give me the second question.
The second question is, what kind of regimens do these women do? While sitting here, I couldn't help but notice that out of all the women that are on the stage there, that the one that to me looks the most feminine, even though she is a bodybuilder, is the woman second from the left. And I was wondering, what does she do differently than the other ones that she can still be a bodybuilder and retain some of the feminine softness that I find appealing, I guess, and so would men?
Okay, all right. Let's start with the, let's start with that one.
The first question is, muscle doesn't turn to fat and fat doesn't turn to muscle. You gain muscle and you lose fat. Either way you want to do it. The second question is, it's just to the degree that I choose to develop my physique, it would be very easy for me to have 30-inch legs and 20-inch arms because I'm genetically predispositioned for size. That's just the way I'm built. I choose to be for this look just because that's what I'm comfortable with.
And you are right now you are not getting ready for a contest, so
Correct.
you are a little softer than you would be if
Right,
you...
and my body fat is higher. In answer to the lady's question about breast tissue is also fat, and so your breast size is in relation to your body fat percentage.
Okay, all right, yes, sir.
I'd like to say I congratulate these women because the type of dedication it takes to keep your body in this kind of fitness, I mean, I don't even have it. Right. I mean, it's hard.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Deborah, I've got to come back to this. It's kind of almost like you said at the last break. I don't know why these ladies are so defensive, but whenever there's a discussion with women who are bodybuilders and women who are not, it is always as if it has to be so perfectly cut and dry. Every one of them have to be steroid junkies. Every one of them have to be doing this or doing that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, I lift, and sometimes my weight fluctuates over the course of a month, 10 pounds. I can go up as heavy as 211 and come down as light like I am now, about 206. And when I'm at 211 in the gym, I will have people walk up to me and say, I saw you on your show, you've got to be taking steroids. And I don't. And it just pops up because if I eat 5 extra hamburgers, a couple, my wife hates it, but I eat a can of Spam, I'm over the top. And I mean, I love Spam, so. But if I do that, I start to get a little bit too big, I think, for myself. Now, one of these days, if I decide to stop a talk show host, I may push this limit. And my body will push that limit without steroids.
Do you stop pushing yourself? If you said you don't want to get too big. So what makes you stop yourself from getting...
What I do is, I was told I don't train with the intensity that I'm supposed to. That's what Vicki told me. I kind of backed off the intensity a little bit. I hit it for about an hour and a half every day rather than 3 hours a day or 2 hours a day. Right. So that helps me contain this.
I want to make one comment. Did anybody ever tell you look like Meg Forster? And
I don't know who Meg Forster is, but go ahead. What's your other
question? Meg Forster, she's an actress.
Okay, go ahead.
Have any of you ever had a physical confrontation with a man, and if so, who won?
You can choose to answer that one or not, but Deborah, you've even said things like, this really isn't like a competition. When these girls go up and do the bodybuilding, you don't like the way they compete in the sense that, like, physical fitness people do it in a different level. Is that true?
Right, we do. Well, we don't want to look masculine, so femininity is a fine line. See, they're all shaking their heads, but it's our choice. We have to do a lot more. Our training is not any less than what they do.
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm outnumbered here, so they won't even let me get my statement.
Go ahead, make your statement. Go ahead.
But you say
Wait. Let her make a point. Go ahead.
Why don't you go around and survey to these women? How many of these women want to take muscularity to this degree?
Montel, can I tell you something?
Sure.
That's what's so wonderful about this is it's my choice. I don't do this to be accepted or loved or fit
No, but
in
you're
or to
setting a
conform.
bad example for health. No, you can't. You're setting
What
a
is the
bad
bad way?
example.
I don't understand when you
Because
say that.
all these women they're scaring people out of health food stores, gyms, health clubs, because I am a personal trainer, and they automatically go in up to me. The first thing when I want to work out, I want to be toned, but I don't want to look like the female bodybuilders. You won't get to that degree if you go in and train, eat right, supplement, get the right supplements, watch your diet, and you can ask any bodybuilding professional. You can ask Carol if she got down to the nitty-gritty. When you get down to the competitive rituals, that actually get down to contest day, it is not healthy.
That take steroids.
Well, but then again,
you see
Deborah,
them inject this?
How do you know that?
But Deborah, you keep getting back to that point about when you're at a competitive level, it's not healthy. I'm going to tell you that there are people who say right now, Bo Jackson, who is still working it like a monster on that baseball field, it's not healthy, but he is an athlete
He's an
of choice.
exceptional athlete, exactly.
There you go. And look at that body. People are going to tell you that he's on steroids,
Well,
and he's not.
why would he? He's a man. He's got high levels of testosterone. It's normal for a man to take in male hormones. It's not normal for a female to take in male testosterone.
They don't look the same.
Well, yes, ma'am.
I just want to say that
they don't look the same.
That what I find most attractive about the women up here, the ones that I find attractive, are that they feel good about themselves. And why judge anybody for doing something that makes them feel good about themselves?